Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Saṃskṛtam Dayanandam Paramarthasvarupinam Tattvajnana Prashastaram Pranatosmi Param Padam Vāgarthaviva Sampraktau Vāgartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Yenakshara Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Before we start today, I have unmuted you all. I want to say something. Number one, if you have any doubts during the class, you can unmute your mic and ask. I have muted you only to avoid the background, your background noises. If you are not using your headphone, then there will be noises. You can hear the noises around. Calling bell sound, a phone sound, and somebody speaking in the background. Everybody can hear everything. So better you keep your mic in mute. If you have any questions, you can unmute. Because your mic is not in mute, I have to mute. And you are always free to ask questions during the class. You can unmute and ask. Sharanji, I have a doubt. I want to clarify. I will answer. Also, I can still hear the sound, something. And when you listen to the class, when you are attending the class, your focus only should be in the class. If you do multitasking, then the effect will not be there. And also you can other everybody in the class can hear the sound of what you do. Washing the vessel, and you can hear the chatting with the others. Everything can be heard. Better avoid that. Hope you understand. The second thing is, there is a view that all these classes are available on YouTube, and some newcomers and also other people have sent a link to listen to the class before they come, so that they can be in line with what we see. And having listened to the class, some people have the idea that the classes are so clear in YouTube. Is there any necessity to attend the class personally? I can very well listen to the YouTube class when I am free. This is their thinking. There is nothing wrong in the thinking, but what I want to say is YouTube is only the media. The medium cannot be the teacher. So we can use the medium. There are so many sophisticated modern facilities are available. We can use that to learn, but they cannot replace the teacher and the teaching. So we have all sophisticated modern facilities. Still, we send our children to schools. We don't ask them to sit at home and learn from YouTube. So we should not forget our Gurukula Vasa, that system of going to the system of going to the school and learning. So that cannot be the replacement for attending the class. YouTube always is available. So when you could not attend the class for some reasons, then always you can go to the YouTube and learn from that. So this is my request. Learning, attending the class is different from learning from YouTube. So that cannot be the replacement. These two things I wanted to share. Okay. Now we'll start our class. I mute everybody because there is still the background noise is there. So if you have any doubts during the class, you can unmute and ask. Okay. To summarize what we have seen in the last two classes. And one more thing, please don't do any scribbling on the screen. You don't touch the annotate, and there is a pen, eraser, everything is there. Don't use that. Please don't use that because that it will show some scribbling on the screen. You can watch the screen. Okay, to summarize what we have seen in the last two classes, Devanagari script, which the Saṃskṛtam language adopts, can be divided into vowels and consonants. And there are 13 plus 2 vowels. Vowels are classified into simple vowels and conjunctive vowels. This is one way of classification. And what is the difference between them, between the simple vowels and the conjunctive vowels? Simple vowels, from the starting to the end point, they have the same place of pronunciation, ucharana, sthanam. For example, if you take the letter A or A, both the short and the long form, the sound comes from the throat. The sound comes from the throat. Therefore, the starting point as well as the ending point for pronouncing the letter A is the throat. There is no change in that. Therefore, it's a simple vowel. Similarly, E, U, R, L. Therefore, we have 9 simple vowels and 4 conjunctive vowels. So 9 plus 4, 13. For conjunct vowels, for example, if you take A and I, their pronunciation starts from the throat and ends with the palate. Palate. Therefore, it is a combination of both the throat and the palate. The starting place of pronunciation is throat, and the ending place of pronunciation is the palate. Therefore, they are conjunct vowels. So A, I, O, OU. So these four are conjunct vowels. So 9 plus 4, 13. This is one way of looking at the vowels. Another way of classifying the vowels in terms of time it takes to pronounce. It is short vowels and long vowels. A, E, U, R, L. These are 5 short vowels. And A, E, U, R. These 4 are long forms of the short vowels A, E, U, R. In addition to that, A, I, O, O. These four also long vowels. So now 4 plus 4, 8. So 5 short vowels and 8 long vowels. In the 8 long vowels, A, E, U, R. These 4 are simple vowels, and A, I, O, O. These 4 are conjunct vowels as well as short vowels. So this is what we have seen in the last 2 classes. And did I say the place of pronunciation of these vowels? I don't remember whether I said spent to this class or the other class. Did I say that? Can anyone say yes or no? You can. One of you can unmute your mic. And did I tell you the place of pronunciation for these vowels?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the place of pronunciation for the vowel A or E, U, R?
Throat.
Yeah, throat. Okay. The A and A, their place of pronunciation is throat. Therefore, the sound which comes from the throat is called guttural. So A and A, it's guttural. E and E, the sound comes from the palate. The tongue touches the palate. So therefore, they are palatals. U and U, the sound comes from the lips. Therefore, they are labials. R and R, that is cerebral. And L is dental. A and I, for these 2 conjunct vowels, it is a combination of the throat and the palate. Therefore, it is guttural plus palatal. O and OU. For these 2, the place of pronunciation is guttural plus labial. The sound comes from the throat and ends with the lips. Therefore, guttural plus labial. That is what here in the PowerPoint you see that. What are gutturals? The sound which is produced from the throat. That what you see in red color. The red color is that tongue. So at the back of the oral cavity, that is the throat, from there the sound comes. Therefore, they are gutturals. A and A are gutturals. And what are palatals? Palatals are that when your tongue touches the palate of your mouth. So you can see how it touches. There is a contact, is there? Slight contact will be there. That is E and E, they are palatals. And O and O, the lips, upper lip and the lower lips are in contact. So they are labials. And cerebrals. Cerebrals are that sound when the tongue touches the roof of your mouth. So that is cerebral. And L is the tongue touches just above the upper teeth. It is L. So guttural, palatal, dental, cerebral, and labial. So these are the 5 sounds. It is summarized here. You can see the letter A and A as its place of pronunciation throat, therefore guttural. E and E, the sound comes in the palate, therefore palatals. U and U, lips, therefore labial. R and R, that is cerebrum, therefore cerebrals. L, teeth, therefore dental. A and I, combination of both throat and the palate, therefore guttural plus palatal. O and O, combination of throat and lips, therefore guttural plus labial. So these are the Uchcharana Sthanam of the vowels. This is important. Later when we study Sandhi rules, there we apply this knowledge of the place of articulation. Now, we will study consonants. In Samskrtam, there are 33 consonants. Consonants are called Vyanjanani. Consonants are called Vyanjanani. You can see the transliteration, Vyanjanani. There are 33 consonants in Samskrtam. They are called Vyanjanani. Vyanjanani is a plural. Vyanjanam means consonant, singular. Vyanjanani, consonants, plural. And another name for consonants is Halaha. It is Halaha. We will see how the consonants get the name Halaha later. And what is a consonant? See, consonants are those which cannot be pronounced independently. Consonants, always it comes with the vowel for to pronounce the letter. Without vowels, consonants cannot be pronounced. Therefore, consonants can be compared to the body. What gives life to the body? The prana is really the vowels. So therefore, every consonant will take the support of vowel for pronunciation. Without the support of vowels, consonants cannot be pronounced. Even in our regional languages also, it is like that. So, yesham varnanam, yesham varnanam, uchcharanam swatantram na bhavati, te vyanjanani katyante. Those are consonants which cannot be pronounced independently. And how many consonants are there in Samskrtam? Pancha Vimshati Varga Vyanjanani and Nava Avarga Vyanjanani. What are they? I will show you the next slide. So in Samskrtam, the vowels and consonants, they are distinctly divided. So consonants come later, and consonants can be pronounced only with the help of the vowels. And consonants, how do we classify consonants? Consonants are classified into 5 class consonants. That is number 1. 5 class consonants. Class consonants are group consonants. And each group has 5 consonants. There are 5 class consonants, and each class has 5 consonants. They are called Varga Vyanjanani. Varga means class or group. Vyanjanani means consonants. Therefore, class consonants. 5 class are there, and each class has 5 consonants. So how many consonants? 5 into 5, 25. So 25 class consonants are there. And number 2, there are 4 semi-vowels. In Saṃskṛtam we say Antastaha. Antastaha is semi-vowels. 4 semi-vowels are there. So 25 plus 4, 29. And there are 4 sibilants. There are 4 sibilants. The screen you can see 3 is there, sibilants. Sibilants Ushmanaha. In Saṃskṛtam it is called Ushmanaha. And within the square bracket you see 3. And the 4th one is there, soft aspirate. Ha is there. That is also a sibilant. So both the lines with the number 3 and 4, they are sibilants only. That is 3 and plus 1. There are 4 sibilants. What is the difference between them is that the 3 sibilants, they are hard aspirate. What is a hard aspirate? We will see it later. Whereas the last one in the sibilant, it is a soft aspirate. It is a soft aspirate sibilant. 3 hard aspirate sibilants and 1 hard aspirate, 1 soft aspirate sibilant. Therefore, 3 plus 1, 4. So in short, how do we classify consonants? 5 class consonants, which are 25 in number, and 4 semi-vowels and 4 sibilants. So this is the general classification of consonants. And you can try to remember the Saṃskrta words for that. Varga Vyanjanani, class consonants. Antastaha, semi-vowels. Ushmanaha, sibilants. So this you can remember, Saṃskṛtam word. If you have any doubts, you can ask. I am moving on to the next one. Now, we have to see what are the class in the class consonants. I said there are 5 class consonants. What are they? Number 1, first class, second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class. That is a simple way of representing the 5 classes. And each class has got another name. For example, let us take the first class. First class is called Kavargaha. It is Kavargaha. Otherwise called Kuhu. Otherwise called Kuhu. So the first class is also called Kavargaha or Kuhu. Varga means group. Varga means group. The class which starts with the letter Ka is called Kavargaha. Another name is Kuhu. And what is Kuhu? Kuhu is a short word to denote the first class. The first class has 5 consonants. If you want to denote all the letters of the first class, then you can use a short word kuhu. Kuhu means the 5 letters of the first class. This is a term, this kuhu is a term which is used by Panini Maharishi in his Sutrapata. Sutrapata is his Vyakarana Grantha. It's a grammatical work of Panini Maharishi. It's a Sutram. What is a Sutram? Alpaksharam asandigdham saravat vishvato mukam astobham anavadyamcha sutram sutravido viduhu. That is a definition of a Sutram. Alpaksharam, that is what is important. Alpa aksharam. Aksharam means letters. Alpa means a little. So, minimum number of words and the words having minimum number of letters. So, with minimum number of words and each word having minimum number of letters, to convey a lot of information. That is, a lot of information is tightly packed in a small word, small sutra. So that is called a sutra. So when you unfold the sutram, it gives a lot of meaning, and that is why there are a lot of commentaries are available. For example, even if you take Brahma Sutram, Bhagavad Pada has written a long commentary on it. For each sutram is a long commentary. And for that commentary, the later Acharyas have written sub-commentary. And for that sub-commentary, further commentaries. That is how we have a whole bunch of literature. So, Sutram is a nice way to remember many things, but just by remembering it is small, a sentence or a word. So that is called a Sutram. So, Kavarga, when you say, you can represent by the short word ku, kuhu. Now, the second class. The second class is called, otherwise called, Chavarga. It is called Chavarga or Chuhu. Chavarga, the Varga, that is the group which starts with the letter Cha, is called Chavarga. And Paninian way of representing the letters of that class is Chuhu. You can see the transliteration if you can't read Samskrtam. C-U-H-Z. It is not Kuhu, it is Chuhu. You have to pronounce it as Chuhu. So this is the second class. And the next class, the third class. The third class is called Tavarga. That is the Varga which starts with the letter Ta, otherwise called Tuhu. Otherwise called Tuhu. That is the third class. The fourth class starts with the letter Ta. Therefore, it is called Tavarga, Tavargaha, or Tuhu. The fifth class starts with the letter Pa. Therefore, it is called Pavarga or Puhu. So, Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga, Pavarga. 5 class consonants, each class having 5 consonants. Therefore, 25 consonants are there in total in the first category. Kuhu, Chuhu, Tuhu, Tuhu, Puhu. These are another way of representing the classes, individual classes. Now we are going to see the letters in each class. So we will start with the first class, which is called Kavarga or Kuhu. The consonants in this group, Kavarga, has the throat as its place of pronunciation. Saṃskṛta word for throat is kanta. Kanta. Nilakanta. Nilakanta is the one whose kanta is Nila, in blue in color. Who is that? Lord Shiva. So kanta is throat. The sound which comes from the throat is called guttural, and in Samskrtam is called kantyaha. Kantyaha. Kantyaha is a Samskrita word for guttural. So this class, the first class consonants as throat as its place of pronunciation. Therefore, they are gutturals. The sound comes from the throat. And what are the letters in this class? You can see the number 3. The letters of the first class are the first one. For the first one is Ka. The first one, Ka. The second one, Kha. It is Kha. Ka is soft with aspirate. Alpa prana in Sanskritam. Kha. It is hard aspirate. Okay. These are the Ka and Kha. Now the next one. Ga. The third letter is Ga. The fourth one is Gha. Gha. So Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha. Ka is there, the same letter, the same sound. When you emphasize, it becomes Kha. Similarly, Ga will become Gha. So Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha. When you utter the sound, when you utter the letter Ka, the first letter Ka, a little amount of air, it comes out from your mouth. Ka. A little amount of air. Whereas when you utter the next letter Kha, you will find more amount of air comes out. So air in Sanskritam is called prana. Therefore, the first letter, since it involves a little amount of expulsion of air, it is called alpa prana. Prana means air. Alpa is a little. So the first letter, it is alpa prana. Alpa prana, another name for alpa prana in English, we can call it as soft. It is alpa prana, soft aspirate. Not soft aspirate, it is aspirate. It is aspirate. It is non-aspirate. Alpa prana is non-aspirate. Aspirate involves more amount of air expulsion. Aspirate. And Ka, it has less amount of air expelled. Therefore, it is non-aspirate, otherwise called alpa prana. The letter K, it is aspirate. Aspirate means mahaprana. It involves more amount of air. Maha means more, huge. Prana is the air. So, Kha is called mahaprana. In English, aspirate. So, non-aspirate and aspirate. The first letter is non-aspirate. The second letter is aspirate. So, Ka, Kha. Then the third letter is Ga. Ga is non-aspirate. Alpa prana. Gha, it is aspirate. Mahaprana. So, Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha. The first one, non-aspirate. The second one, aspirate. The third one, non-aspirate. and the fourth one aspirate. Samskrita word for non-aspirate is alpaprana, and for aspirate it is mahaprana. So ka, kha, ga, ga. This is how will be in all the classes. Remember this. The first letter will be non-aspirate. The second one will be aspirate. The third one will be non-aspirate. The fourth one will be aspirate. That is how it is arranged in all the classes. Then the fifth letter. The fifth letter, it is nasal. It involves nasal, nose also. That is, in addition to the place of pronunciation for this class, that is the throat, as well as nose, both are involved in pronouncing the fifth letter of this class, which is nga. When you say nga, the sound comes from the throat as well as nose. So the last letter of all the classes, will have the place of pronunciation of the respective class plus nose. Therefore, here the nga, when you say nga, it is throat plus nose. It is guttural plus nasal. And it is non-aspirate, alpaprana. Non-aspirate. So, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. The first letter, the third letter, and the fifth letter of this class, and also all the classes which we are going to see, the first letter, third letter, and fifth letter, they are non-aspirate, alpa prana. It involves less amount of expulsion of air. And the second letter and the fourth letter, they are aspirate, mahaprana. And the place of pronunciation of this class is throat, and the last letter of the class has nose also. So if you remember this, then you can apply the same thing in other classes. Only that place of pronunciation will differ, whereas the alpaprana, mahaprana, their place is similar in other classes. And this class has the name Kavarga. Why? Because the first letter starts with the first letter is Ka. The Varga starts with the letter Ka. Therefore, it is called Kavargaha, otherwise called Kugu. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask. And how to write this? How Ka should be written? That is shown in the screen. Ka. This is Ka. Is it Alpa Prana or Mahaprana? Is it Alpa Prana or Mahaprana? Is it aspirate or non-aspirate?
Alpa Prana.
It is Alpa Prana. And this one, Kha.
Mahaprana.
Mahaprana, aspirate. And this, Ga.
Alpa.
Alpa Prana. Gha. It is Mahaprana.
Maha.
And what about the last letter of the class? Na.
Alpa.
Alpa Prana. And here, this letter will have a dot. The dot is important. If you forget to put the dot, then it means another letter. So this letter will have dot to the right. So na, ka, kha, ga, ga, na. Okay. So we have learned the first class now. Then we will move to the second class, which is Chavarga. And This Chavarga, the letters in this class, it has palate. Palate as its place of pronunciation. Therefore, they are called palatals. The sound comes from the palate. Therefore, they are called palatals. And Saṃskṛta word for palatals is talavyaha. Talu means palate. And therefore, the sound comes from the palate is called talavyaha. So the previous one was kantyaha, and this is talavyaha. And the letters of this class are, you can see the number 3. Number 3. The first letter, cha. First one, cha. It is non-aspirate, alpa prana. The second one, cha. Chhatram. You say chhatram means umbrella. Chhatraha, student. And chatakaha. Chatakaha is sparrow. That is the first cha. Alpa prana. Cha. So cha, cha. That ucharanam must be proper. The third letter is ja. Ja. Jalam. When you say jalam, that sound ja. That is ja. The fourth one, aha prana. Ja. Jhatiti. Jhatiti. Jhatiti is quickly, immediately. Ja. Aha prana. So cha, cha, ja, ja. And the last letter is nasal. Nya. It is nya. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. So the 5 letters of this class are called, or the sound comes from the palate, therefore they are called talabhyaha. Cha is alpa prana, ja is alpa prana, nya is alpa prana. And whereas the second and the fourth letter of the class, cha and ja is mahaprana. And the fifth letter of the class is palatal plus nasal, nya. And this class begins with the letter cha, therefore it is called chavargaha. Another name for chavarga is chuhu. And chuhu is talavya. These things you should remember. Chu means this class and chu is talavya, that is palatal. Similarly, ku is that kavarga class, which is kantyaha. And when you pronounce these letters, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. When you say this, when you pronounce these letters, what does it end with? What does it end with? When you say cha, when you say, it ends with
akara.
A sound. A is the akara is. If you remove akara, can you pronounce the consonant? You try. Remove akara from cha and say, you will say ich. Ich is not a pronunciation for the letter. You say e, ich. Why e is there? E is also a vowel. You are adding e to the beginning. It in fact can't say ch. You cannot say. The sound just stops at the very place of pronunciation itself. Ch, ch. That is how the sound comes. You can't. That sound cannot come even from your mouth if you don't add a vowel to it. If you add a to it, then cha comes. If you add e, it becomes chi comes. If you add u, then chu comes. That is what chuhu. Chuhu represents this class, chu. So only when you add vowel to the letter, to the consonant can be pronounced. So for the sake of pronunciation of these consonants, I have added the letter akara. Without akara, consonants cannot be pronounced. Without any vowel. For the sake of pronunciation, I have added akara to all the consonants. Okay, now how to write these consonants? You can see. Cha. Cha is very simple to write. This is cha. Alpa prana. And the next one, cha. Maha prana. I'll send you some video through WhatsApp. How to write this. You can practice it. I'll also send you a PDF file. You can take a printout of it and practice all the letters till you become familiar with the letters. You should be able to identify the letter. When I pronounce a letter, you should be able to write. Or when I show some letter, you should be able to identify the sound. So it needs abhyasa, practice. The third letter is ja, alpa prana. The fourth one, ja, aga prana. It is written like E. E you write and put a stroke to the right and join it. That is ja, aga prana. The fourth one is nya. Nya is just like the mirror image of C. C and one vertical stroke and join it. So this is nya. So this is the second class. Now we will move on to the next class, which is Tavarga. The consonants in this class, Tavarga, it is pronounced by touching the roof of your mouth with your tongue. Therefore, this is called cerebrals. Cerebrals are those which involve which involves the tongue touching your roof of your mouth. Therefore, the sound is called cerebral. In Samskṛtam, it is called murdhanyaha. Murdha means this cerebrum, that the roof is called murdha, and the sound which comes when you operate this place of pronunciation, it is cerebrals. In Samskṛtam, it is called murdhanyaha. Like the vowels, the r and r, it is murdhanya. Similarly, this class is murdhanya. And the letters of this class, you can see number 3. The letters of the third class are the first letter, ta. The first letter is ta. Closely watch, it is ta, not ta. I'm not saying ta, ta. Like Jata, Tavi, Gala, Jvala, that Shiva Tandava Stotram. Jata, Jata, Jatata. It is ta. Alpa prana. The second one, tha, tha, Thakur. You say Thakur. It is tha, Mahaprana. Ta, tha. The third one is da, da. This letter looks like the fifth letter of the first class, if you remember, nga. But nga as a dot. This letter doesn't have a dot. So that is the difference. Da. The fourth one, Mahaprana, it is dha. So da, dha, da, dha. And the fifth one is na. The fifth one, na. Understand? This is more than ya. This is more than ya, na. So in our regional languages also, like in Tamil, we have this monosuri na and rendusuri na. So that is, monosuri na is more than ya. Rendusuri na, that is talabya, that is dental. So here, this is Murdanya na. So the place of pronunciation is important. Otherwise, this na will become na. When you say Ganapati, it is Ganana Antva, that na. It is not Ganana, not na, na. Murdanya sound. So ta, tha, da, dha, na. And how to write this ta? It's very simple to write. Just like a hook, ta, and tha, Mahaprana, then da, dha, and na. Na is, it is cerebral plus nasal. So this class is called Tavarga, otherwise called Tuhu. So Tuhu means Murdanya. Tuhu, Tuhu are called Murdanya. Why Murdanya? Because the place of pronunciation is Murda. Therefore, Tuhu is Murdanya. Now the next class, which is the fourth class. The fourth class has teeth, as its place of pronunciation. Not exactly the teeth, just above the upper teeth. Your tongue touches just above the upper teeth, like the vowel l, l. And therefore, the sound of this particular class is called the dental or dantyaha. Dantyaha, danta means teeth, tooth. Danta means tooth. The sound which comes with the help of teeth are called dentals. In Saṃskṛtam, dantyaha. So, kantyaha, talavyaha, murdanyaha, and dantyaha. And the letters of this class are, you can see, the first letter is ta. The first letter, ta. Ta is like in Saraswati. That ta is Saraswati, that ti is that is ta. Saraswati or Ganapati or Pati, simple Pati, ta. The next one, tha, Mahaprana, tha, Sarathi, Ratham, you say Ratham, that is tha, Mahaprana. So tha, tha. In the beginning, it is better to show the difference between Alpaprana and Mahaprana. And later, when you become familiar, you know how to pronounce it. But in the beginning, that distinction should be clear, it should be made. The tha, you should say. Then the next letter, which is the Dasharatha, Dasharati, or Daridraha. Daridraha means poor person. That is the Alpaprana. The fourth letter is the Dharma, Dharmika, Dhanam. That is the. So ta, tha, the, the. This the, it looks like the fourth letter of the first class. What is the fourth letter of the first class? What is that? Fourth
Ga.
letter. It is gha.
Ga. Ga.
That also looks similar, but it is not. You'll see the difference. I'll show you. So it is this dha, that is gha. It is not same. And the fifth letter is na. This is dental na. So the previous one, what we saw is cerebral na, and this is dental na. So later, when I ask you what is this letter, you should say dantya, dantya nakara, dantya, dental nakara. Otherwise, you have difficulty in Saṃskṛtam in the beginning, you can say dental, dental na, you can say dental na or cerebral na. That is how we identify the letter. So ta, th, the, na. And the class begins with the letter the, therefore it is called tavarga. There's a mistake in this slide. It is not ta, it is the. So the class begins with the letter ta, therefore it is called tavarga or tugu. Okay. So this is the fourth class. How to write this? Simple. Ta, alpa prana, ta, tha, mahaprana, the alpa prana, and the mahaprana. The last letter, na, nasal. So the difference between this the and the first letter, you see here, the Devanagari script will have a horizontal line at the top. Generally, we put, even without that also can be written, but generally, then horizontal line will be there. That horizontal line should not touch the letter. If it touches, then it becomes gha. So I will show you the gha also. You can see. I go forward. That is the difference between the two Mahapranas. One belongs to Kavarga, other one belongs to Tavarga. So here you can see this is Gha. The horizontal line touches the letter. When you say Ghatam, that Gha. Okay. And this is what we are saying now is the Mahaprana, which belongs to Tavarga. So when you practice the letters, this distinction must be clear. Okay, now we will move to the next class, which is a last class, fifth class, which involves which place of pronunciation? Lips, upper lip and the lower lip. So the lips, they touch each other. When it touch each other, and the sound which is produced is called labial. So the fifth class are called labials. And the word for lip is oshta. Oshta means lips. Oshta raga. Oshta raga is lipstick. Raga means coloring. Oshta is lip. So that which by which you color your lips is called oshta raga, lipstick. So oshtyaha is a sound which comes from the lips, and therefore it is called labial oshtyaha. And the letters of this class are, the first letter is pa. When you say pa, you can clearly see your lip touches each other. Pa, alpa prana. The second one, pa, pa, mahaprana. Like phalam, karma phalam, adrishta phalam, adrishta phalam. It is phalam, not phalam. In Hindi we say fa, phal, but in Sanskritam there is no fa. It is only pha, phalam. So pa, pha. And the third one, ba, alpa prana, ba. And the fourth one, bha. It is bha, bhagirathi. But bha, mahaprana. So pa, pha, ba, bha. And the fifth one is ma. Ma is both the lips and the nose. Labial plus nasal. So this class begins with the letter pa. Therefore, it is called pavarga or pugu. So you can easily remember the names of these five classes: kuhu, chuhu, tuhu, tuhu, pugu. Otherwise, kavarga, chavarga, tavarga, tavarga, pavarga. And the first letter of all the classes, all the 5 classes, the third letter of all the 5 classes, and the fifth letter of all the 5 classes. Remember like this: 1, 3, 5. They are alpa prana. They are alpa prana, non-aspirate. The second letter and the fourth letter of all the classes are maha prana, aspirate. And the fifth letter of all the classes are nasal, in addition to the respective the class, the pronunciation, the class consonants. That is there always. So the fifth class, it is nasal. So these things you can remember. 1, 3, 5, alpa prana, 2, 4, maha prana, and the 5 is nasal. Now, how to write this? The letters of this class: pa. This is alpa prana, pa. Pa. Maha prana, pa. Alpa prana, ba. And maha prana, bha. Maha prana, bha. The last letter is ma. So pa, pa, bha, bha, ma. So these are the 5 letters of this consonant. I will pronounce all the letters of the class consonants. You can listen carefully, and if you have any difficulty, you can ask me. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. It is ka, nga. That nga sound comes. The second class: cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. Third class: ta, tha, da, dha, na. Fourth class: ta, tha, da, dha, na. Fifth class: pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. So these are the sounds of these class consonants. So we have seen 5 class consonants, each having 5 consonants. So 25 class consonants we have seen. So semi-vowels and sibilants we will see in the next class. And if you have any doubts, you can unmute and ask before we conclude. Any doubt? You can unmute. If I unmute everybody, there is a lot of noise. Background noise is there. I can hear. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. If you don't have any doubts, then we'll conclude the class. So shall we conclude?
Thank you, Sharanji. Yes, very clear.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavada.
Thank you, Sharanji.